Hello and welcome to this week's Speedrun, an overview of gaming news. This week we found out Persona 6 might be closer than we thought. The Stream Deck gets demolished by the Steam Deck, and GTA has yet another expansion coming out. You'll have to forgive me for nerding out about this, but the Persona series is celebrating its 25th anniversary in September, and there are 7 new projects that have been confirmed to be announced. I think Persona 1 and 2 have to be involved somehow, since the protagonists for both games were featured in the promotional material on Twitter. Many Persona fans are asking for a remake of both games in the Persona 5 engine, but I think it's more likely that we're going to possibly get a port on Steam for both games, since that was pretty successful with Persona 4. I also think it's likely we will see a Persona 5 Royal animation announced, since they gave Persona 4 the same treatment by creating the Persona 4 Golden animation. I know not too many people are fans of this, and I don't necessarily think it needs to be done, but I would love to see the series done with good animation, even if it means we're going to have to crunch some of the story beats. After all, we can't fit that much story into a 12-part series, so just take it as it is and enjoy it. I also think Persona 5 Arena is a game that's likely to come out. Persona 4 Arena was widely enjoyed by Persona fans, and with the fighting game scene taking off, especially with Arc System Works leading the way, bringing beautiful 2D designs to a 3D environment, it might be time for Atlus and Arc to team up again for another Arena game. And who knows, maybe we'll get a Switch port for one of the games as well. Probably Persona 5, but the door's open for more games. And of course, Persona 6 has to be somewhere in there. In 2022, it'll have been 6 years since the release of the base Persona 5 game, so I need to know that Persona 6 is in production and will hopefully be coming out in 2022. Now what's interesting is that Persona developers actually had an interview with Persona Central where they talked about Atlus's company policy of continuation and innovation. And of course they've met the continuation policies with Persona 5 Royal and Persona 5 Strikers, as well as including Joker in as many games as they possibly can, but the innovation side of that policy has been a little bit lacking. It's later stated that Studio Zero was actually created to address this problem within Atlus, so hopefully we'll get to see some new IPs. Persona fans will be on the lookout for a game called Codename X, which is rumored to be a spin-off from Persona 5, and a new game titled Project Re-Fantasy: A Fool's Journey Begins. We haven't seen much of either game, but I'm looking forward to hearing more if these are the new IPs that Atlus is going with. Putting my love for Persona aside, LeBron James was added to Fortnite, and I'm honestly surprised he wasn't in it earlier. Nickelodeon All-Stars is a thing now. A childhood dream come true, Nickelodeon has finally made a fighting game featuring classic characters from the network. This is literally a Super Smash Bros. Mod come to life, and I'm curious to see how it all pans out. Based on the gameplay, I'm not sure what the depth of the combat is going to be like, but since this is probably aimed at younger audiences, I'm assuming it's not going to be as technical as Smash Bros. If you're a video game art book collector, then I'm sure you'll love this news. Dark Horse is coming out with a Halo Encyclopedia coming out in March 2022, right after Halo Infinite. As a Dark Horse and Halo fan, I definitely have to pick this up day one, and I can't wait to dive deeper into the art of Halo. Speaking of Microsoft, Phil Spencer hints at a possible Xbox controller overhaul in the future. Although he didn't commit to anything in the Video Game Chronicles article, he did say he was impressed by PlayStation's innovation with their DualSense controller. I would love for Xbox to get haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, because I think that's the future of console gaming. And this would be the perfect present for Xbox's 20th anniversary. Christopher Judge, the actor behind God of War's Kratos, will be lending his voice to Black Panther when he arrives in Marvel's Avengers' next expansion. If I had any reason to check out the game, it would be for this expansion specifically. I don't know if I'll be pushed to buy it, but I'll definitely be looking at content online to hear the dark timbre of his voice. In new console news, Valve had Nintendo looking like Luigi in Mario Kart after announcing the Steam Deck, a handheld gaming PC that runs your entire Steam library and starts at just $399. Did I mention this was announced right before the OLED Switch pre-order? This only adds insult to injury, because this is definitely the type of upgrade that we were looking for when asking for a Switch Pro. Although it's definitely not as pretty as a Switch, I'm interested to see how the console will perform in consumers' hands. Valve also stepped on Elgato's toes a little bit by overshadowing the new version of the Stream Deck. Sorry, Elgato. Final Fantasy XIV just keeps getting bigger and bigger. FF14 just broke its concurrent player record on Steam, hitting 47,000 players, which beats the previous record of just over 41,000 players. This huge spike in growth also resulted in Square Enix running out of digital codes to sell for the game. This is crazy considering no new content has been released and no new content will be released until November. Hearing things like this make me want to play the game, but I know if I do, you guys will never see me again. I'll be lost in the endless void that is FF14. Looking at games that are coming onto Xbox's platform, Chris Tales is coming out July 20th on Game Pass. This game is a new take on the JRPG genre, using the past, present, and future to solve puzzles and defeat enemies in combat. It was recently featured during E3 and has since made a good impression on a lot of people. Death's Door, also coming out July 20th, is another favorite to come out of E3. It's a dark noir style game about a crow that reaps souls for a living, when its assigned soul is stolen and you have to adventure to uncharted territory to track down the thief. Where the Snow Settles comes out July 23rd. Xbox Wire describes the game as a story that follows Aurelia, who is searching for a way home, unraveling mysteries and wonder along the way. This short narrative experience masterfully blends contrasting themes to create a compelling and atmospheric coming-of-age story. Looking at PlayStation's catalog, GTA has a Los Santos Tuners update coming out on July 20th. As listed on the PlayStation blog, the update features, quote, tuner-based missions, races, and introduces the LS Car Meet, a gigantic shared social space where you and your cherished personal vehicle can mingle freely with fellow car fans to race, show off your customized vehicles, and even link up with shady contracts looking for skilled drivers and a chance at easy money, end quote. Although I doubt this is in the update, it would be awesome to cross this expansion over with the casino heist missions. Having an actual getaway car ready for you when you leave the casino would be so much better for the heist and be so much fun. After paying $50,000 of in-game money, you can also unlock a new leveling system with new benefits, and you'll get access to the test track, where you and your friends can drive, drift, and race vehicles freely without interference from pedestrians or the police. Neo: The World Ends With You comes out July 27th on PlayStation and Switch, following a new main character, Rendo, who has also become victim to the Reaper's game. I enjoyed playing through the first 20 game, but the motion controls honestly plagued the game for me. So I'm so glad that this game does away with that. And although I don't completely love the new controls, it's definitely something I can work with, especially with the interesting story that they have going on. And you can't tell me that this game doesn't have style. The art direction for it is just brilliant, and they've come up with some creative solutions to use some of the same camera angles from the first game while giving it a new coat of paint. Wrapping up with Nintendo, Skyward Sword HD came out on the 16th, and I am so glad that the motion controls are optional. I've never even played the game, but I've witnessed the pain that people had to go through to play the base game with the motion controls. With no motion controls, I can look forward to playing the game sometime after I beat Hyrule Warriors. Pokemon Unite will be coming out on July 21st for the Switch, and players that download the Switch version will get a Zeraora Pokemon to use in battle. For those who don't know, Pokemon Unite is the first Pokemon strategic team battle game. Players can battle against wild Pokemon and other teams in a 5-on-5 battle. Monster Hunter Stories 2 just came out, and I surprisingly had a lot of fun with the demo, which I was thankful for after having trouble getting the hang of Monster Hunter Rise. This game's combat follows a turn-based battle system and has a lot of RPG elements that I think people are going to love. This is yet another game that's going to be hurting my wallet in the near future. So, how was this week in gaming? What news did you hear that I missed, and what games have you been playing recently? I've been diving back into Yakuza Like a Dragon again, trying to get to that final boss. If you guys want to see that process, you can check me out on Twitch in the link in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all soon in the next week of gaming.